To account for all the receivers, sure, but the tight end's such a weapon, and they prove it right there.
Oh, without a doubt, and we're seeing now the golden age of tight ends catching the football. I go back to Kellen Winslow. To me, he was a prototype of what we're seeing today. We're seeing it each and every week now.
Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
All right, here now a look at A.J. Green. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it, and he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. On second down, here's Burrow. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised him a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped him well short of a first down.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Trey Wayne's the Michigan State man right there in coverage. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. He's going to go up top again. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Roethlisberger. Quick to Smith-Schuster. This time complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it. Roethlisberger's pass complete. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited.
After reviewing the play, the running on the field is reversed.
So the challenge, well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now. This one fielded at the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 37. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. They'll run on first down. Connor. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Another Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 20.
Here's Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line. A lot to praise on this drive. And this will be caught by his big tight end, Ebron, for a Steeler touchdown. Eric Ebron, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. And it's 21-3. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now Joe Mixon. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving. Back to Mixon on first down. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time. And that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. Those are the plays this defense needs with the deficit they're facing. It certainly is, and they've got to continue to swarm the football and hope that someone, while they're holding up the ball carrier, can get in there and rake it and lock it free. They need to get some takeaways as well. He's going to drop this one down to Bernard. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Bernard getting the handoff from Burrow. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And that will be incomplete. We saw this a lot. First half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 20.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
57. Mike, 57. Let's go, Abby.
Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down now. It's Connor. He'll get 3 up to midfield.
James Conner.
Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
On 3rd down, Connor. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down.
And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Big Ben with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And now they're going to fake it.
I thought that was a nice job there, feeling the pressure and rolling out away from it and keeping the play alive. And I think he did it with the idea that his tight end would find his way free in the end zone, and his confidence was rewarded. Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
takes this about 5 yards deep. And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25, a touchback. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 35.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Burrow. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Dancing to it. Now Burrow loses the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth-quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Connor on 1st down, not going to get a whole lot. Maybe a couple. 2nd down coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
So what all that running?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Josh Bynes gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
56 to Mike. 56 to Mike.
They'll try and throw for it with Roethlisberger. And this is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Bengals will get the football back. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. There's a A short one caught by Uzama, and he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Again, it's Burrow. That is caught at the 7. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards, the final tally. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. To the air again, Burrow. The quick slant caught. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope. I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Chase Claypool, 44 yards. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And now Big Ben will lead the Steelers up to go for 2. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And to be frank, Charles, probably not too many people surprised at how this one turned out.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. I mean, they're such a good